Thanks for stopping by, everyone. My name is Jeff. So we're going to digest this earnings report from Intel. We're going to talk about the stock movement, how it reacted to the earnings report and the guidance cut. And make sure to hang around to the end of the video, guys, because I'm going to talk about some trades I made today in the chip sector. I made several different trades. I added to a couple of my long-term positions. And then I have some trades that I plan to make on Monday. So be sure to hang around for that. Now, before we get started, guys, go ahead and drop a thumbs up on this video. I really appreciate all the support. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I work very hard to try and bring the best stock market coverage to YouTube. Alright, guys, now I'm going to try to move through this stuff very quickly. We do have a lot of material to go over, so hang with me. Intel beat by 2 cents on quarter one non-GAAP EPS, and then their revenue of $16.15 billion beat by 70 million bucks. And as you can see, the shares dropped 2.8%. So they projected downside quarter two guidance, and they also cut the full year of 2019. So quarter two expects about 15.6 billion in revenue compared to the 16.88 billion estimate, and the EPS of 89 cents versus the consensus of $1.02. Now, this is for the entire year of 2019, and Intel dropped the revenue forecast to 69 billion from 71, and full year EPS dropped from $4.35 from $4.60. And so this took an immediate effect on the stock, okay? So sometimes a lot of people, they see a beat on EPS and then they see a beat on revenue and they can't understand why the stock is dropping. Guys, usually it is due to a guidance cut. Not always, not every time, but most of the time in a strong bull market, it's easily explained through a guidance cut, and we just covered those a moment ago. So Intel was trading around $57 coming into the earnings report, and then it took this big dip down to 51, got down to $51.60, then seen a very small rebound at the end of the day, trading back up to roughly $52.43. Even though the guidance got cut, guys, there is still a lot of value here, and Intel is still, in my opinion, a very undervalued company. And this is not the first time Intel has had their guidance cut. They always bounce back. But I did pick up 95 shares of USD on the dip today. Guys, for those of you that watch the channel regularly, you know USD is my favorite method of playing the chip sector right now. And of course, Intel makes up 22% of this portfolio holding, okay? And so I also started a position on the October 18th $65 Intel calls. So as you can see here, guys, I paid $28 for the contract, and it's already appreciated about $5, and that's not really considering the little aftermarket boost Intel got. And keep in mind, I might add contracts if Intel stays down for a little while. So yes, I do think Intel is a buy. Like I said, the chip sector is absolutely on fire. Even on slightly lowered guidance, Intel is still going to have some outstanding numbers this year. This gives the chip sector as a whole a little bit of breathing room so you can jump in and get involved with some of these stocks. Nvidia also took a pretty good hit today, and so did Micron. But there's something even far more exciting going on in the chip sector. Let's jump into that. So of course I do plan to make a move with Intel like I just explained, but I'm far more interested in playing options in Xilinx, okay? Now this earnings report was back on the 24th, and Xilinx did miss their quarter four non-GAAP EPS by 2 cents, but they beat on revenue by $1.49 million. Then of course, Xilinx got hit really hard, took an 11% loss on the profit miss, and so they did announce the acquisition of SolarFlare, which again, guys, I think long-term makes Xilinx even that much better of an investment, and they announced that under undisclosed terms. And of course, SolarFlare provides networking solutions for tech customers from fintech to cloud computing. And as I always mention to you all, guidance is actually far more important than the results of the actual earnings report. As crazy as that sounds, that's kind of the way it works. So the upside quarter one guidance has revenue of $835 million to $865 million, and that's actually higher than the consensus, and their gross margins of about 66%. I think this makes Xilinx a screaming buy. Like I said, with the small miss on EPS, the acquisition of Solar Flare, and then the strong forward guidance. Now Xilinx come into earnings trading around $140 a share, then immediately traded down to $117, guys, and seeing somewhat of a bottom around $111 to $112. Now right around the $113 mark, I went out and bought some call options on Xilinx. I find Xilinx to be a much stronger buy than Intel, and I think the stock will move a heck of a lot faster. And so I got some call options for September 20th expiration, and these are the $185 Xilinx calls. Do feel like the value of these options will go up very, very quickly, and I feel like this stock will recover fast. So I bought these calls for $33, and they've already priced up $11, and we are currently sitting at a 33% return. And of course, this stock ticked up over $119 in after hours. I think Xilinx will be back to 120, possibly 125 by the end of next week. Okay, this stock moves incredibly fast. And of course, sympathetically, Nvidia lost about $8 a share and traded down almost 5% today. And it did not see that after hours tick up like Intel and Xilinx did, okay? So Monday, I'm going to buy some call options on Nvidia, and I'm also going to add to my long-term position, okay? Probably for somewhere between May 17th and June 1st to buy these call options, and I do think Nvidia is going to recover very quickly. And of course, I do think they will trade up into their earnings report, which right here, guys, they are set to report on May 16th. The video, I hope I did not overload you with too much information. I added to my long-term position in USD. I bought calls on Intel, and I might possibly add more if the stock price continues to drop. I bought calls on Xilinx, and I will definitely be adding to that if the price of those shares continue to drop. And on Monday, I will be buying call options on Nvidia. I think the chip sector is still very, very strong, and I'm very, very bullish on it. And I do see a quick recovery for most of these stocks. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video, guys, and have a great day.